This is Joseph Voigt, a 23-year-old man from Bartow, Florida, and he's being taken to jail to await his first appearance before a judge. What got him into this situation? He did some of the most terrible things you could imagine just the night before. Then again, maybe the real source of his problem was that he hadn't really done anything at all. Join us as we look into the case of Joseph Voigt, the man who threw it all away over nothing. Our story begins in Bartow, Florida. If we zoom in to the house at 1770 Highland Boulevard in Bartow on the day of December 7, 2024, we'll see a low-slung green house in a quiet middle-class neighborhood. Nothing looks out of place, at least from the outside. Inside, it's a powder keg. On the refrigerator door are 2 court summons for the son of Marvin and Susan Voigt. Joseph, a young man still living at home, unemployed, has run afoul of the law, and he's out on bond posted by his parents until he can stand trial. Just over a year prior, on October the 19th of 2023, Bartow police had been called out to the home after his neighbors reported hearing gunshots coming from behind the Voigt home. Upon arrival, officers found Joseph holding a firearm. After he placed the weapon on the ground, he was arrested, and after being advised of his Miranda rights, he admitted that he had been firing guns into the ground next to the air conditioning unit of the home. Among the numerous holes in the ground around the air conditioning unit, they found 11 9mm casings from a pistol and another 4 .223 casings from an AR-type rifle. Joseph would go on to tell the officers that he was just bored. He was taken to the Polk County Jail and held until his parents bailed him out. Months passed, and whether Joseph stayed away from mischief or not, he had at least not been on the local law enforcement radar. That is, until November 30th of 2024, when police were called out to the neighborhood where the Voigts lived. A resident there had seen Joseph loitering or prowling around an unoccupied house that was for sale. When the neighbor approached the house, Joseph allegedly turned on him and sprayed him down with chemical mace. A second passerby was also sprayed. Police arrived quickly on the scene and hauled Joseph in, charging him with 2 counts of battery and a count of loitering. He was back out on bond shortly afterwards. And that's where we find this family on that fateful night. Court papers held up by magnets on the refrigerator door, Mom and Dad inside on a chilly Florida 48-degree night, and Joseph in his room on his computer, probably playing video games. Somehow a conflict broke out, and according to Joseph's later testimony, the dad, Marvin, began riding his ass and telling the young man he needed to quit playing video games and find a job and make something of himself. While it may have been an argument they had had many times before, tonight it boiled over. Joseph got up and stormed out to his 2019 gray Toyota Camry. It was 11:18 p.m. Marvin followed close behind, and the argument continued. But Marvin didn't know that Joseph had taken something of his and was about to take something else of his, something he could not give back. Joseph whirled around in the driveway and pointed a .380 Smith & Wesson bodyguard pistol. Marvin may never have even recognized that it was his own pistol he used for concealed carry protection in the faint moonlight of that night. And then Joseph pulled the trigger and fired the gun at nearly point-blank range. 4 shots rang out, 2 striking Marvin in the right eye and 1 hitting him in the nose. A 4th bullet passed through the palm of his right hand. Stippling of the propellant residue would show that only a few feet separated the 2 men. There was no chance of missing, and Marvin may well have been dead before he hit the ground. Partial bloody footprints would lead back to the home's garage and through the door leading into the house. The footprints would match the tread of Joseph's black Nike shoes, one of which still had some blood and gore on it when it was confiscated. As Joseph entered the house, his mother Susan ran outside to see what had happened. Blood tracks left inside showed Joseph had gone back toward the bedrooms of the house. As he gathered things from his own bedroom, his mother rushed back in to grab the telephone and try to call 911. Overcome by either what he had just done to his own father or perhaps just from gruesome injuries he had inflicted on the man, Joseph vomited in the doorway of his own room, leaving behind a puddle to be found by crime scene investigators. He then heard his mother in the next room and rushed to confront her. Joseph leveled the pistol again and fired 2 shots, missing with 1, but the second caught her in the head near the ear, knocking her unconscious and leaving her critically injured. Joseph vomited again, this time in the master bedroom, before grabbing what he could from a small safe in his room and heading out to the car. Inside the bedroom, his mother regained consciousness and managed to drag herself to a closet and call 911 in a desperate attempt to get help. It was 11:20 p.m., just 2 minutes after the shooting began based on audio recordings from a neighbor's security system. In the intervening 2 minutes, Joseph had gotten back out to the gray Camry, which was bought by his father, and had gone off into the night. A separate video surveillance camera would catch a fleeting glimpse of it as it sped away from the scene of the murder. Police and emergency services would arrive at the home just minutes after the shooting. Inside, Susan Voigt had managed to make it to the couch in the living room. "Joseph shot me," she told them as she held on to consciousness. A Be on the Lookout, or BOLO, report was immediately sent out to all law enforcement in Bartow, Polk County, and surrounding areas. As emergency workers tried to stabilize Susan, police worked to secure the crime scene. In Joseph's bedroom, they found the discarded pistol, its magazine empty and no rounds left in the chamber. Outside in the driveway, Marvin was beyond saving. Both parents would be taken to the Lakeland Regional Hospital. An emergency CT scan would show that the bullet that Susan had taken to the head had not penetrated her skull, sparing her life. She was far from out of the woods, though, fading in and out of consciousness, but doctors and nurses went right to work on her. In the meantime, Joseph's car had been briefly spotted at 11:32 p.m. heading northbound on Highway 17 in Bartow. They lost track of the gray car with black rims and tinted windows for about 2 hours before police in Orlando spotted the vehicle at the intersection of North Cimarron Boulevard and East Colonial Drive. Local police established an emergency channel, and other units from the Orlando Police Department and the Orange County Sheriff's Department began moving to the area. After determining for certain that this was Voigt's vehicle, a dynamic vehicle takedown was arranged, and patrol vehicles quickly boxed him in from the front and rear, with a third vehicle blocking the driver's side doors. It was now 1:50 a.m. on Sunday morning. They had the murderer at bay, but they needed to bring him in as safely and securely as possible. Joseph could not be allowed to take another life that night. There is a concerted effort to keep Joseph under their guns while being mindful of the potential for crossfire situations. The plan was to secure the left side of the vehicle of the car and direct him out the passenger's side into the now blocked-off street.
Hey! Get back.
We're good.
Get
We're
back.
just getting to a gun zone.
Do me a favor. Put the windows down with your left hand.
Hand set. Let's get a rifle up here. Anybody got a rifle? Yeah, grab a rifle if you can. Rob, you got a rifle?
Yeah, it's on your trunk. It's going to be like a midway in the trunk.
All right, we'll let you get it. I got.
Multiple canine units have also been brought to the scene. Should the young man decide to try to make a run for it, the trained dogs would provide a non-lethal chase and takedown option in that situation.
Stay. Knock it off. Knock it off.
Joseph is instructed to leave the vehicle, doing everything possible to make it obvious that he was not armed.
Put your right hand right back in front of your face. Cover your eyes. Slowly step out and keep your hand in front of your face at all times.
Step out. Stop.
Put your hands up! Face away from me! Stop!
Hands all the way up. Step to the right. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Stop. From the top of your collar, lift up your shirt. From the top of your collar. The back. From the top.
Good.
Lift it. All the way up to expose your waistband. Slowly spin around. Slowly spin around. Keep going. 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 Stop. Put your hands back up in the air. Step to your right. Keep going. I'll tell you when to stop. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Step to your right. Keep going. Take a few more steps. Stop. Face to your right. And step all the way to your right. Keep stepping to your right. Face to your right. Turn your body to your right. There you go. Keep stepping to your right. To your right. To your right. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep stepping to your right. Keep going to your right. You can take bigger steps. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I'll tell you when to stop. Keep going. Keep stepping to your right. Step straight back with your hands up in the air. Straight back. Straight back. Just walk straight back. Walk straight back.
Anyone else in the car, dude? There's a question. Okay.
With the car cleared, Joseph is further searched and then loaded into a patrol vehicle before being taken back to the station for holding and questioning. Detectives are already on their way from Bartow and Polk County. After the trip of a few miles, he is taken out of the police vehicle and brought into the station. Joseph's very long night is far from over. It is now nearly 3 a.m. As is normal in these situations, Joseph is left alone in the interrogation room for a couple of hours as detectives and crime scene evidence teams go to work. They need to know everything they can before they begin questioning him, and part of that includes finding out who the young man is. Sadly, the two people who knew him best are unable to provide any information. Instead, detectives have to contact members of the family late in the night and get some kind of insight into who this young man is, how he acts, and what his relationship with his parents was really like. One family member said that he had graduated with honors from a local high school and had gotten a degree in a local technical school in computer science, but had not been able to find work. She said that just a few days before, he had been tasked with giving her a ride to a doctor's appointment she had. Once she had gone in the office, though, Joseph disappeared, and it took forever for him to come back and get her. When he did, he told her that he had, quote, went off to get high and find a girl. She went on to say that when he dropped her off at her house, he sped off after shouting out the open car window, "You fucking bitch." He would come back the next day and leave her a note of apology that said he was sorry because he was uncomfortable that day about having to go out without a firearm. She then said that he had promised that he would come back on Sunday, December the 8th, to help her put up Christmas decorations. Of course, that could no longer happen. Another family member reached that night said that he had not seen him in over a month, but that the last time he did, he was at a Citgo gas station where Joseph was buying a large quantity of vaping devices. He said the young man had shaved the front part of his head, looked strange, and acted mean that day. He also said that he thought Joseph had been kicked out of school rather than having graduated. He said Joseph was also known to isolate himself for days at a time and often acted odd. When detectives came in and spoke with Joseph, their account is that he readily admitted to the shootings. He told them that his father had been on him to make something of himself and to quit playing video games all day. He said that when he drew the pistol on his father and shot, that while he didn't feel any immediate threat from the man, he did think that had he left at that moment, his father would have followed him and tracked him down. A set of keys to Marvin's own car were found in the grass near the man's body. He then went on to say that when he went into the house and shot his mother, he did it in self-defense, but he could not say how or why he felt threatened. He then immediately asked for an attorney and refused to speak anymore with the detectives. Joseph's clothes were taken from him to obtain any evidence that might be there. He was also tested for gunshot residue, and buccal swabs were obtained for DNA evidence. Inside Joseph's car, which was brought to the Orange County CSI Indoor Holding Facility, a number of items were found, including a black cloth case holding a large wad of money and a number of small Ziploc bags, just as those used for small amounts of drugs. There were also some strange handwritten notes that seemed to indicate some interest in stock trading, as well as the use of DXM, dextromethorphan, an over-the-counter drug in high doses that can cause hallucinogenic effects. A separate note also seems to indicate that he had taken an alleged 127 doses of LSD during high school. In the rear floorboard behind the driver's seat was an additional spent gun casing, a .380 Auto by Hornady, matching those found at the crime scene. In the trunk of the car, they found what appeared to be bug-out equipment, including a skateboard helmet and a backpack containing survival gear, a notebook, and a Spanish language guide. Joseph would be taken to the Polk County Jail to be held for arraignment and eventually trial. He would be charged with 1 count of first-degree murder, 1 count of attempted first-degree murder, and discharging a firearm within a building. On this occasion, there was no one to bail him out or post bond for him. He removed the last people he could rely on in his life. He would stay in jail awaiting trial, eventually dropping any pretense that the blame for this rested on anyone's shoulders but his own. On April 23rd of 2025, Joseph Voigt would plead guilty with the concession that firing the weapon inside the building would be dropped.
He was upset because his father wanted him to get a job and stop playing video games. We got there as quick as we could. Found the father in the driveway. He had been shot. It's really, really sad. I mean, it's a horrible situation and shouldn't have occurred.
Joseph Voigt would be sentenced to 44 years for the crimes that he committed on that night. He is now serving his sentence at the Zephyr Hills Correctional Institute. We would like to extend our sincere condolences to the family and friends of those lost.